Can a hybrid car ever be fun? But yeah. Can a hybrid ever be fun? He says, pulling onto a slip road. Welcome to the 2-litre Honda HEV. That's not technically 52 mile an hour, that's technically 50 because we're a couple mile an hour over. But welcome to the 2-litre Civic HEV, EHEV. The latest and only Civic that's not the Type R that you can get. It's a 2-litre with a electric assist battery and all the goodies you'd expect from a modern hybrid. So, can they ever be fun? Yes. Is their reputation at the moment a bit stuffy across the board from every manufacturer? Yes. That's just because every taxi driver in the world buys these at the moment because they get 1 billion miles per gallon. Well, so I've been driving up to Goodwood and back from sort of the Bedford area, and this thing has got 58 mpg just so casually. I'm not necessarily the most eco driver in the world, and this thing, it did 58 mpg so easily it didn't even blink. There's, you know, even with a boot out of a junction or two like that to get up to speed. Now, can hybrids be fun? Yes. Are all modern cars mildly annoying with these new EU regulations now? Also, yes. That's the most annoying thing. It's not hybrid cars, it's not any of these electric cars, it's the bonging. They bong at you every 30 seconds. It's not Honda's fault. That is every EU reg modern car loves a bong. Anyway, hybrid cars, I'm here to argue, yes, there's nothing that beats a truly raw, organic, buzzy, naturally aspirated car that's like a front-wheel drive, like a Clio RS200, any of the MX-5s, including the NCs, because they're awesome. I'll stand for NCs. Any of the cars that are, you know, the classic fun stuff, a Porsche Cayman, a Porsche Boxster, revvy, naturally aspirated sounds cool. However, think of the McLaren P1, think of the LaFerrari, the Porsche 918. Am I comparing a Civic 2-litre to those cars? Sort of. Okay, a little bit. Just a little bit, maybe. They're cool. I think they shouldn't have the stuffy reputation that some of these cars have had recently, and with maybe some spicier hybrids, like the VW GTEs, for example. The reputation could slowly be brought back. Now, this Civic, I would say, is doing a good job at that as well, because it's such a good car as just a pure car, not even a eco hybrid or anything like that. Like, it's actually, I'm gonna go this way. Sorry, everybody else. Like, it's such a good car in terms of it's got enough power to do what you want with it. It's nice. I was gonna say nice and beany, like peppy, and I was gonna say the word bit. Not. It's got a lot of. It's got nice beans. Okay, 180 horsepower, something like 320 newton meters of torque combined with the Lecky motors. So it's got a CVT. It's a CVT car that I'm enjoying driving around because of the electric torque fill. I think if it was just a CVT car by itself, it would be not nearly as good. My friend Lyndon has one with just a CVT box and it's good, but it needs a little bit of something, and I think the electric does actually fill in there and provide a little bit more fun. Like pulling across junctions, say like across a fast dual carriageway, you know, those weird junctions, it actually gives you a lot of confidence because you've got that initial electric punch and then the petrol fill at the top end. And I think petrol electric hybrids are the best. Like diesel electric, meh, but this is honestly the best of both worlds. Like if they could give us a electric Type R, no, if they could give us like a hybrid Type R that keep the Type R full petrol and then have something like this as well that's a sort of intermediary in between the two, like the GTE, for example, I think that could be really, really cool. For example, if we do a slightly spirited but sensible drive, you've got that electric fill with a nice 2-litre electric, with a nice 2-litre petrol. You're telling me to put my hands on the wheel because I'm gesticulating too much. With a nice chassis, I believe any engine, any motor combination can be good. The new Alpine A290 proved that. If you've seen Misha's video, I'd recommend that. I'll link that as well. Yeah, It's really quite a put together car, this one, and it makes me feel good for the future. I'm hoping the governments across the world don't do the generic petrol ban, because maybe like think of a hybrid ICE engine with electric torque fill as well. I think that could be really quite special. It's so in its own world that I'd want this, and I'd want something noisy and in Japanese, well, this is Japanese, but noisy Japanese and flame spitting, like a classic 90s something in it. Early 2000s S2000, something that spits flames and just fulfills that urge. If I want to go around the M25 over the section that sounds like my tyres are all exploding, then this is the car to do it in. If you're going to have a hybrid, have a nice meaty power plant that's an engine as well. If you think of the supercars like the P1 or the latest Ferraris that are a hybrid fill too, I think that's quite a cool solution, because what it does is it gives you a nice motor that you can choose to have on and off, depending if it's to regen the battery or for long haul drives, and then fully electric mode if you want it. And if you want to, it genuinely, it is really cool, no matter how much of a petrol head you are, sneaking out at 3 AM in full electric. Like, that's actually genuinely quite fun. It reminds me of the Top Gear skit where they're trying to push the cars back into their parents' house at like 3 in the morning. So what's not fun about a hybrid like this? But that's a modern car thing. I think the inconsistency maybe is not so much fun if you're a true petrol head. So like the engine coming on randomly, sometimes it just won't come on. The feeling like you're not 100% in control of everything that's going on might put you off if you're, again, a bit of a nerd or a bit of a control freak. So maybe like specific switches for EV only, almost like the Lamborghini Revuelto. Speaking of hybrids, like that's got electric only, it's the switch or hybrid. How have I done this again? So this is actually a good example because it shows us how quiet they are. But even then, sometimes when you're stopped, we'll have the engine on. Sometimes in the morning it will cold start, sometimes it won't. So again, if you're a control freak, that might not be your favorite thing in the world. I always think a straight piped hybrid would be hilarious, like one of the Le Mans Cadillacs where you take off and it goes wah, and it just fires up halfway down the road. I think they could be fun. So can they be fun? Of course they can be fun. With a good chassis, literally any engine combination will be an enjoyable car. With a nice meaty 2 litre like this, bit of torque fill. If any of you have been in a Type R, the new FL5 Type R, I mean, this is that shape, but the not Type R. It's just such a good chassis. It's supple, the damping's beautiful. You can enjoy that side of the car. And then it kind of just brings your blood pressure down. So I think, and here's the thing, you can enjoy this, but it also lets you appreciate every other car that you get into that's maybe a bit more rough and ready. You wouldn't want that all the time, but if you can have one of these and you're privileged enough to then have a toy as well, I think that would be the perfect combo, actually. You can get the best of both worlds. If the weight of the batteries can come down, if the tech generally can start to get lighter and cheaper and generally more efficient. I know it's efficient, but as soon as the weight comes down on the batteries and as soon as the longevity gets there, I mean, it's not bad now, but in 10, 15, 20 years time, it's going to be really quite special, and it might even get to the point where you don't even notice a battery in the car, like it's built into the chassis. At that point, it's going to be just a given, right? And then if you want which will then be very classic MX-5, then you can do that too.